Okay, guys, update on this boat motor. I took the carbs back off this thing. Like I said, I got to put carburetor kits in them, but I had these carbs off already once, and I cleaned them and blew them out real good, and they looked okay. So I put them back on there, and I thought I'd be good to go. Well, it turns out what happened is somebody's been in these carbs before. You can see some of these gaskets are made out of. These are the same gaskets right here. Some of them are made out of rubber. Some of them are made out of the hard paper type material that they make gaskets out of. So I know someone's been in these carbs before. They did not put when they put the needle seat in there. You can see there's a little neoprene washer right there. They didn't put the washer on the needle seat valve. Okay, and that can cause it to start seeping fuel by the old needle seat. You know, if the gasket's not in there, there's nothing to seat the valve from the bowl to keep it from seeping fuel. So so that's one thing that they did. Also, the other thing, these carburetors right here are weird carburetors, man. These things right here have no idle fuel mixture screw, so you can't air mixture screw. You can't adjust the air mix on this carburetor. Okay, it meters through the jets right here. If you can see that or not, it's really hard to see in here in my little work table. It meters through these jets right here. I've got the jets out on. The jets are in that bowl right there, soaking in Kim Dip. But what happened was they switched these screws, man. They got in the wrong place. So they had the fuel metering valve in the bottom. They had the fuel metering valve in the bottom, and the air metering valve in the top. They had switched them, and that can cause all kinds of problems. So that's why this boat wasn't running properly. It wasn't that the carbs were in bad shape. It's just that somebody had messed with them and didn't really know what they were doing. So you got to be real careful with that kind of stuff. Now, whenever you replace these bowls, these floats in these bowls, you have to make the adjustment. Normally they give you a meter, a little tool that you can measure the depth that the float is in the bowl. But this one right here, they didn't give me that. So what you have to do is, you got this little screw right here by my thumb. That's how you adjust the depth of the bowl. And what you do is you turn this thing upside down like so, and then you make sure that you can see this right here just a little bit, but you make sure that the float is level with the deck of the bowl, and then that's how you adjust the float on these carburetors. Now, whenever you put these carburetors back, also the what do you call it? It really helps meter the air to these carburetors. It's the housing that goes over these carburetors. It seals right here on these carburetor inlets right here, and then it meters the amount of air that goes into these carburetors. So you have to have this thing assembled completely. You can't just put it on there and have the carburetor sitting here like that. You have to have the housing on these carburetors, like the air cleaner housing, but it's not really an air cleaner. It's really a metering device. It meters the amount of air that goes into your carburetor. So that's got to be all assembled whenever you start these things up. So that's what I'm doing now, guys. I've got the other carburetor sitting in the Kim Dip, and again, this Kim Dip is old Kim Dip. It's 3 years old, so it's not very potent. It's really a really mild chemical that won't hurt this plastic housing. And some of them sit in there for about another hour. They've been in there for about an hour, about 2 hours. I can put 2 in the bucket at a time, so I've got 2 in there soaking. I've got two bowl assemblies done here, ready to go back together. So as soon as they come back, I'll add the gaskets and put these carbs back together. Then hopefully this weekend I can put this thing in the water. I'm getting back on the horse slowly with this deal that happened in our city here, but man, it's just so hard to get past. It's just so hard to believe that anybody could hate somebody that much, you know. So let me go out here in my garage. Place is a freaking disaster again. So I don't have much room to work, man. So I got the chains done on here. I got the new jack on it, lift jack. I need to replace this thing right here, the ball receiver, but it's kind of bent, as you can see. But and it's got this old style thing on here. I don't like that thing at all, man. That you can't really lock it or anything, man. You know, so I got to lock the chains to the trailer hitch. But so yeah, the trailer's done. I got my spare tire will be here on the 29th, supposedly. I welded this contraption on here. Tried to weld it. I guess you could call that welding. Back this out here so you can see. But my spare tire is going to go right here, and it was mounted flat in there, but I didn't like that, so I wanted it mounted like that. I couldn't mount it up any further because then it would affect the turning radius of my trailer. So, but everything else is done, guys. Everything is done. I got this plate back here for attaching my speedo meter. And what this is just plastic. This is just a piece of plastic that I got, and it's 1/4 inch thick, and I used Gorilla construction adhesive to glue them together and then glue it to the back of the boat. That way I don't have to drill holes in my transom. I hate drilling holes in transoms. So that's done. I just got to screw it on there. It'll take about not even a minute to do that, and everything else is done. The trailer's licensed up, the boat's licensed up. So hopefully this weekend, man. Wasn't supposed to rain today, they said. I looked on the news this morning, and it's done nothing but rain all day. As you can see, the clouds are got some more coming in off the Gulf. So yeah, it kind of limits my ability to do stuff and things. But anyway, that's where we're at right now. Everything else, man, is jam up and ready to go. We are ready to go fishing. So I'm gonna clean it out a little bit again. So anyway, that's where we're at, and put this stupid thing in the water and try to relax a little bit and catch some fish. So hope everybody's having a great week, and we will talk to you guys later. Peace, and I'm out of here.